If Allie discovers who Mike Thurston is, she's gonna be wanting to go to Ibiza, that's for friggin' sure. She might end up liking this guy more than she likes Chris Bumstead. Who knows? Maybe I shouldn't show her this video. Coach Greg, and today another Natty or Not on Mike, Mr. Delicious Thurston. Have you seen this friggin' specimen as of late? I did a combined Natty or Not on this guy along with Michael Hearn close to a year ago. And in it, I said he was natural. Do I still think he's natty? Has my opinion changed? The dude deserves his own video. And I've watched a number of videos and he has quality information, okay? So if you're looking to go to a channel where you can learn a few things, this is a guy that I would recommend. So I'm not here to say, oh, he's a moron and an idiot, don't watch him, okay? Today's video is he or is he not natty? So I've been following him on Instagram and I checked out his most recent video of him working out, shirtless of course. And let's just see what I saw.
Delicious.
Okay, so he's walking around the outdoor gym in Ibiza of all places. Fun place to hang out, no doubt. He's got the darkest tan I've ever seen. I'm like, is this a spray tan? How does he look so dark? Shirtless, shredded. Like, is he at a competition? Is he pumping up for a show? Is he doing his first classic physique show where he's gonna win and turn pro? No, he's just working out for a good time. Out in Ibiza, working out. Looking like a friggin' competitor about to go pro. IFBB pro. I'm saying this dude is so jacked, so ripped, has such good shape, he could probably walk out and win an IFBB qualifying event and get his classic physique pro card and compete against Coach Greg. And no, I don't know if I could beat him. He's that freaking good. Certainly would beat me right now. Maybe if I up the PDs and stop just taking HRT, maybe I could beat him in a show. I don't know, it's debatable. So is Mike Thurston natural? No, there's no way he's natural. If you made me bet my life, Coach Greg, is he natural or not? And you bet my life. I'm saying no way is he freaking natural. My life is important to me, and there's no way I'm gonna bet my life that this guy's natural. No, I'd bet it that he's not though, because I'd win. Why wouldn't I? There's more chance that Jeff Cavalier is natural than this guy. So he's on a boat with Marine, hanging out, having a good old time. Marine's not natural anymore. Mike Thurston's a heck of a lot better built than him. A lot bigger. Mind you, he's been training longer, sure, okay. So without even flexing, I can see every muscle on his body. Without even flexing, without even trying, he's extremely shredded. He's under 6% body fat just walking around. If you're natural and you diet to that extent, your testosterone levels are gonna suffer. It's gonna be hard to have a lot of energy, hard to build muscle. When you're shredded, building muscle is more difficult. Do I preach that you should be shredded year round? No. I always say, hey, 15% is a healthy weight for a man. I'm 9%, pretty hard for me. 6% or less, nightmare. If I tried to maintain some 6% body fat year round, always be shredded, natural, I'd lose half my muscle. I'd still look freaking good, sure I would, but I wouldn't look as good as I do now. Mike Thurston, if he were natural and trying to maintain some 6% body fat year round, he wouldn't be so jacked. The muscles would look different. They literally would have a different look to them. Let's watch him actually perform an exercise. So his arms are huge as he's doing the rows. You can see delt fibers twitching on each and every rep. He's got lat veins, delt veins. He looks insane. He's doing seated rows. He's got a complete Christmas tree, top to bottom, no body fat. And he's doing some lat pull downs, one of the best exercises for the lats. You can see the freaking cut in his leg clearly visible. It's deeply defined. And trust me, he's not thinking about how his legs look here. He's working out his back and his legs look ridiculous. His chest is full, thick, it's crazy. Muscles are popping. That's one thing you really notice when you look at Mike Thurston's physique, is his chest is thick. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. It's hanging off of him. And people comment on my chest and I have striations when I'm talking and the whole thing. Mike's chest is better than mine, and I'm not even natural, and I'm an IFBB pro, and I've even placed in the top 5 in a pro show. But he's natural? Are you kidding me? No. Now, mind you, he's not posting that he's natural in his IG account or in his YouTube, but he has claimed Natty in the past. Okay, so we're gonna analyze chest and shoulders workout with his brother. That's right, he has a brother. I have a brother, he's probably editing this video right now. Well, actually, no, because I'm making this video right now. He's editing another video. Anyway.
What's up, guys, and welcome to today's video. I hope everybody is well. This year has not been the best year for me in terms of spending some quality time with the family. In fact, I haven't seen a single member of my family since last Christmas. My brother and his girlfriend decided they want to go on holiday, and I said, hey, why don't you come to Ibiza and spend some quality time with your bro? And that is exactly what he has done. So let's go and find him. So today we're gonna do a push day, may as well. This is the first time he's been to Ibiza. Unfortunately, he's not gonna experience it how it usually is.
Which I guess is staying up all night partying, doing lots of drugs and so on. Or maybe none. Maybe what people do in Ibiza usually is probably just go to bed on time, get up early, do lots of yoga on the beach in the morning, and go to bed at sunset while watching the sun go down. Right? That's what you do in Ibiza, right? I wonder if Allie would like to go to Ibiza. Let me know in the comment section if you think Allie wants to go to Ibiza. If Allie discovers who Mike Thurston is, she's gonna be wanting to go to Ibiza, that's for friggin' sure. She might end up liking this guy more than she likes Chris Bumstead. Who knows? Maybe I shouldn't show her this video.
First exercise we're gonna do is incline, or slight incline, dumbbell press, working the upper portion of the pectorals.
Okay, so no big deal. He's just sitting under 6% body fat, shirts off, he has upper chest, shoulder chest, he has every friggin' muscle popping. He's just standing there, he hasn't even got a pump yet. He looks incredible. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, when I'm as lean as Mike Thurston, I can hardly even work out. And that's when I'm on PEDs. This is remarkable. This is remarkable. Now, the only difference I really see with his brother and him is the brother's not as tan and not as juiced as Mike is. So in the 1 in 10 million chance that I'm wrong about this, imagine the genetics, because it is possible. It's humanly possible, just so rare. There's probably more chance that my dog Diva is in fact a snaky little snaky snake and not a dog. More chances it's a snake than a dog, because it likes to slather along the backside of the friggin' couch quite often. There's probably more chance that my dog is in fact a snake than Mike Thurston is Natty.
So, unfortunately for my bro, he was in the UK during lockdown. In the UK, I think the gyms were closed for about
4 months.
4 months.
So unfortunately for my bro, he doesn't look as delicious as I do. But he's still freaking good looking. His brother still has some pretty good genetics in there. So Thurston's doing incline chest presses, making everyone who's watching him thirsty. Not gonna say what they're thirsty for, but they're thinking it. And he's got veins all over the upper body. It just doesn't look natural. Usually when you're natural, you can be shredded, but you don't have quite that fullness of the muscle. It's almost as though his muscles have completely been filled with glycogen stores, even though he's in a deficit. How is that possible? Well, it's not. But if you're on PEDs, you can in fact store more water in the muscle and get that more swollen looking effect. And so Thurston's doing some drop set side laterals. Great exercise. He's got good information. You can increase the intensity of a set by doing a drop set, get a lighter weight and keep going. Set of 10, drop the weight, do another set of 10. Great advice. His brother's walking around. He looks so friggin' amazing too. If his brother's natural, then you see the difference between a natural brother and an enhanced one? His brother's physique is absolutely fantastic. It's amazing. It's really freaking good. I would say 98% of people would want that physique. It's already amazing. Mike Thurston is at the highest of highest levels. A lot of pros would even trade physiques with him. I trade physiques with him, and I am a pro.
Striations is due. Try to keep your arms straighter. Less bend. Less bend. Less bend. Yours are bent. Your arms are about 80 degrees, 90 degrees. Wait. What? You're doing that.
And Mike's telling his brother, hey, let's bend. And he's like, and he debated. Sounds like me and my brother arguing over things. Why is his arm bent so much? Because the weight's too freaking heavy because he's ego lifting. That happens when you're natty and you can't keep up with your brother who is enhanced. Not good. And frankly, his brother might not even be natty. I don't really know. He's 4 months on lockdown. I don't know the dynamic. It's the first time I've ever seen the brother. I can't do a Natty or not video on the brother.
You want a little bit of a bend, but if you bend it at 90 degrees, it's going to be a lot easier for yourself.
So you see, Mike is giving quality information. I'm not making this shit up. Mike knows what he's talking about. Clearly he does. He even knows when doing a selfie, you gotta hold the phone above your head. I learned that. I think Brandon Harding was saying that to me. I used to do the selfies down here. Didn't know better. Apparently, you gotta do it above your head. So listen, you can always learn from people. So Mike Thurston, quality information on training and on phone camera angles. And I'm just gonna interrupt this because I'm reading some of the comments and I don't understand why people have to say this. Jeffrey Epson Rotten Corp says, he's got the perfect physique in a non-gay way. Why can't you say to someone, I like your physique, and not have to stipulate in a non-gay way? Why? Why can't you just say, hey dude, you look freaking delicious. You're extremely good looking. Why do you have to say it in a non-gay way? I don't get it. Male, female, circle, whatever way, gay, straight, who cares? You can give a compliment without having to justify why you're giving the compliment. You're giving the compliment. Are you with me on this? Am I the only one that thinks this way? Just be who you want to be. I mean, he's just standing there walking around oozing, I'm on PDs, check this out. 100 people take PDs, none look like this. 1,000 guys would take PDs, none would look like this. 1,000,000 guys would take PDs, and some would look like this. But you think this is natural? What? No, not natural. So forget it. Get it out of your head. You're not going to look like Mike Thurston if you're natural. And get this in, let this sink in. You're not going to look like Mike Thurston even if you take PDs, even if you abuse them, even if you buy my training book and my cookbook, you're still not going to look like this. He looks like this. One of the freaks. Why do you think he has 1 million freaking followers on YouTube? That's more than I have. He has almost 1 million on Instagram. That's way more than I have. These are freaks, rarities in the world, that even with PDs, that they get to this level. It's incredible. So don't ever say, oh, you just look like that because you got PDs there, Mike Thurston. No, trust me. Even without them, he still looked freaking amazing. And even if you took what he took, doubled it, and then tripled it, and then followed his exact diet and training, you still wouldn't look half as good as this guy. People always think, oh, it's the drugs. It is not. It's the hard work. The drugs help a little bit. It helps you put you over the edge. It makes a difference. But it doesn't make you go from nothing to 1 million follower freakazoid that's delicious. Okay, so he's back in his room in a black tank top, and I still think this is a fake tan. Is this an actual tan? Is this his real skin color? Is he really that dark? He's got to be getting spray tans. I mean, I know he's out in the sun all day, but is his skin really that dark colored? Gotta be a spray tan. Instead of a Natty or video, we should say, is it spray tan or not? Is his skin white? Is painted black? What is this? It can't be real, can it? So Mike and his brother are sitting on the couch ready to do an interview, talk about genetics and all kinds of stuff. Notice Mike is sitting a little bit closer to the camera than the brother. He's a smart guy. It's all about out-angling your brother. Closer you get to the camera, bigger your leg. Get your arm out, put it closer. It looks bigger. So easy to trick the camera. But trust me, this guy is no joke. If you saw him in person, you'd probably say, wow, you're bigger in person than I thought you were on YouTube. I'm not making this shit up. This guy has muscle. He's 6 feet tall, well over 200 pounds, sub 6% body fat. I mean, come on. He's shredded, this dude.
However,
I did not.
no, you were late to the
bloomer.
party.
Yeah. I only got into it when I was like 22 years old.
22.
So
I had a 5-year head start on you.
So Mike Thurston say, hey brother, I started training 5 years younger than you. I had a big head start. That's why I look 20 times bigger than you and so unnatural. So probably in 5 years you probably look like me. No, are you kidding me? The newbie gains occur at the start, okay? The first few years you're growing the most, then over time it's less and less growth. You don't improve into your 40s. Not if you're Natty. Only Jeff Cavalier and Michael Hearn can do this.
And I'm being sarcastic.
So in the first 5 years, expect to gain the majority of the muscle you're going to build. His brother is clearly not a newbie. He's already been training for a long time. So he's already in the 6+ years of training. If he has great genetics, which we're obviously assuming he does, he might gain 2 or 3 pounds of muscle a year. Maybe. Okay, so if he's lucky, he might gain 10 to 15 pounds in the next 5 years. He would have to gain a heck of a lot more than 10 to 15 pounds of muscle to get to Mike's level. It's not even comparable. Now, if Mike said, hey, here's my brother, he's never worked out before, then I would believe he could get to Mike's level natty. If he started off looking like that, having never trained in his life, then yes, those are some freaky genetics, and yes, I think he could get to Mike Thurston's level natural. But not if he's already been training and looks like that. I already went over this in a video on genetic potential. It was titled, How Much Muscle Will You Really Gain as a Natural Each Year? So if you haven't watched that, be sure to check it out.
He always found it hard to get his abs to show, but I feel like recently, in the past year, maybe even 2 years, you finally got rid of that last bit of body fat.
He always found it hard to get his abs to show because he wasn't under 6% body fat. When you're under 6% body fat, every freaking muscle shows. It's easy, trust me. So if your abs aren't showing, it's because you got too much fat. If you get lean enough, the abs are going to show. Genetics or no genetics, everyone can get leaner. It's just not everyone should.
Yeah. Why? What have you done differently?
What have I done differently? I added in them PDs that you're using. Maybe I took only half as much as you. Oh, I just started taking PDs, Mike. Imagine if the conversation had gone that route. Oh, I just started adding in what I found in your cupboard. Imagine if the conversation had gone down like that. That would have been entertainment.
You wouldn't walk much because you sit at a desk all day and then you would drive back home. So the step count would have been absolutely minimal.
Sleep wasn't as good because obviously...
Whoa. Okay, the brother ain't natty. Are you kidding me? No, I don't believe that. I mean, of course, there's a small chance that he is, just like my dog might be a snake. It's possible. I've seen the dog slithering. And it's highly debatable if the Dave is, in fact, a little snaky snake. Trust me, it could be a snaky snake. Dave, are you snake? Are you snaky snake? Are you gonna slither? Slither? Diva, be honest. Are you in fact a snake? I won't tell anybody. Only 200,000 people that might watch this video.
Does it still get annoying when people compare you to me?
Again, I know, mate. Just don't have the time.
This is a freaking incredible interview, I must say. I mean, think of it. Mike's got the better 10, the huge muscles. So is it comparable? It's like, hey, he could have responded with, well, hey, I'm natty and you're not. So...
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, I am lucky in a sense because this is my main job. My entire focus right now is just to look after my physique.
This is a great point. Mike Thurston's only job is his physique. He has to look a certain way for his job to make money. You think Mike Thurston makes as much money if he puts on 20 pounds of fat and has a normal body fat percentage? Even at 15%, which would be amazing, it would be perfectly healthy. That would be him gaining 20 pounds of fat. Yeah, that's right. He can gain 20 pounds of fat and be perfectly healthy. That's how lean this guy is. He puts on 20 pounds of fat and looks like a normal, healthy guy. Well, by normal, I mean like a monster of a man with huge muscles at 15% and still has decent abs. That would be Mike Thurston. Do you think there's an incentive to maybe take PDs? Maybe. His livelihood depends on how he looks. Let me ask you this question. If you could add a zero to your freaking income, whatever it is right now, maybe you're making $20,000 a year. If you can add a zero to that, $200,000. Maybe you're making $50,000 a year. A zero, $500,000. Maybe you're doing real good, $100,000 a year. Add a zero, a millionaire you are now. Would you do it to take PDs? No way, my health, no. What if it was just HRT and your doctor prescribed it? Am I saying Mike Thurston's on trend? No. Am I saying he's abusing PDs? No. Do I see him going up and down, fluctuating in his physique, off-season, bulking, cutting? No. He's always in incredible shape. For all we know, he goes to his doctor and gets a prescription for HRT. That's all he needs to take. If you have great genetics, clearly HRT works. You guys know this. Have you not seen How to Beast? He put on 12 pounds of muscle in 1 year on HRT, 175 milligrams a week, monitored by his doctor. He's not even competing in an open competition where you're allowed to take PDs. He's not even competing. Why should he compete? Making millions of dollars on YouTube and Instagram. Why would he freaking compete? Where's the motivation to compete? He's better off always looking amazing and making millions of dollars from his physique than trying to diet for some show, for some pro card, and then bulk up in the off season. You make way more money looking like Mike Thurston year round than you do going bulking and cutting Mr. Olympia. You think that famous YouTubers that look good all the time with millions of followers aren't making millions of dollars? Of course they are. And if they're not, they're morons and they don't know what they're freaking doing on the internet. They need to hire someone. They should hire Coach Greg to teach them how to make money. Because if they're not making any money, they're doing something wrong. So before you judge these YouTubers who are on PDs, ask yourself, how do you know you wouldn't do it? How do you know you wouldn't do it? Remember, add that 0 to what you're making. Just to take some PDs that you've researched. You might not know about them right now. Maybe your research would be like, hey, they're not that bad. Some are, of course. Some are not so much. Some doctors are going to prescribe it. So if you could go to a doctor and he could prescribe you something that he deems medically safe and necessary for you, and you could add a 0 to your freaking yearly salary, would you? Oh, and don't forget, you also feel better and improve your quality of life. Still think it's a stupid decision to take PDs? Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Ask your freaking doctor. It's not between me and you. It's between you and your freaking doctor. And what I do is between me and my doctor. Every freaking day to comment, the PDs, the HRT, you take it, jealous, envious. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror? If so, it's probably in the freaking Wikipedia for jealous. That's right, you're freaking jealous, don't you know? Don't you know you're jealous? You'd probably do the same thing. And if you wouldn't do the same thing, then who cares what someone else is doing? Let them do what they want. You don't like it, you don't have to.
And then my lifestyle is a lot more sort of relaxed. I set my hours, I choose when I train.
Yeah,
I get up when I want.
Around that.
So like my whole life is revolved around training and my physique, whereas it's not with you.
So his whole life is revolved about training and his physique. So you don't think PDs might enter the equation? And why do I care? If it's his own business, why am I talking about him? Because my business to make money is to inform you and tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Sorry, halfway to your dream goal, probably where you could get. Halfway. Close your eyes. Envision your dream physique. Chris Bumstead, open your eyes. You're not going to get there. You might get halfway to there. Sorry, that's the truth. So that's why I'm making these videos. So there you have it. So when you come, oh, stop hating and stop at this. I do what I do. He's going to do what he does. So friggin' what? You don't like it? Stop being jealous and stop watching my videos. You like it? Watch more. There's a direct correlation between the number of videos you watch by Coach Greg, decreased body fat, increased muscle mass, increased quality and quantity of life. Proven by science, Baby Nakey and Gert, they've done extensive research on this. They're continuing to do more research. Proven by science, whatever.
I reckon if my brother started training when he was 17, 18 years old like me, and he was as consistent as I was with my training, I reckon we'd look pretty damn similar.
Reading between the lines, if he trained as hard and as smart as me and took the same PDs as me, he'd probably be almost as good as me, but not quite. That's what it actually means.
It seems as though the Thurston genetics are certainly in favour with putting on muscle. But on the other hand, it's not been so great with keeping a full head of hair.
And a lot of you are going to say, oh, it's because of the PDs that he lost his hair. PDs, yes, they can accelerate hair loss, but look, you need to have the gene for male pattern baldness for that to happen. Look, I've abused PDs for 10 years and I've been on HRT for several, and I still have lots of hair. All it does is it removes hair from the bottom up. It's a little known side effect is when you abuse PDs and take HRT, it balds you from the bottom up. It's not a receding hairline this way, it's actually up this way. Sarcasm. And in the video here, GregDoucette.com for coaching, Greg Doucette IB Pro. Blew up both of those videos. They're both highly educational and informative. You want to watch them both this time. Sometimes you don't need to watch them. This one's, you need to watch them. And until next time, I am out.
That's me lucky charms.
Delicious.